In this video, I'm going to show you how to extend your study permit in Canada or how to apply for a study permit extension in Canada. And I'm also going to show you the documents you need to apply for your study permit extension. I'll show you the immigration form to fill. I'll show you the processing time. And finally, I'll share a copy of my statement of purpose that I use for my study permit extension. Let's get started. There are two reasons why you might want to extend your study permit in Canada. Reason number one, your initial study permit was issued based on the expiry date of your international passport. And the expiry date of your international passport precedes the end date for your program. What this basically means is that, take for example, your program is going to end in May, but your passport expires in February. So IRCC is not going to issue a study permit that exceeds the expiry date of your international passport. They would issue a study permit that expires in February, and then in February they will expect that you come to apply for a new study permit so that you can continue your program. That's reason number one. Reason number two being that you've completed a program in Canada and now you want to go study for another program. So we expect that you apply for a new study permit so you can continue to study in Canada. Those are the two major reasons why people apply for a study permit extension. These are the documents you need to apply for a study permit extension. Number one, you need a copy of your international passport. You need a copy of your letter of acceptance, either a current program you're taking or a new program you're taking. Then you need to fill the IMF 5709 form. I'm going to share the link in the description of this video, and I'm also going to drop it in the comment section. Then you need to show proof of means of financial support. You need a copy of your digital passport. I recommend you take these at Shoppers Drug Mart and you save the digital copy so you can upload it to your portal. For additional documents, I suggest you use your tuition deposit payment receipt. Most programs require you to pay a tuition deposit, so you want to make sure that you show a receipt for that. That if you are applying for a new program, but if you're already a student, you don't need this. Then I suggest that you show receipts of past tuition paid, right? Tuitions that you've already paid, show receipt for that, and just to show that you're making financial commitment to your school and everything is going fine with the financial aspect of your studies in Canada. Then you want to show verification of enrollment. So most schools issues verification of enrollment through the MyCred platform. You want to get a copy of that to attach to your application. Then you also want to attach a copy of your transcript just to show your academic standing and your commitment to schooling and all of that. So these are the documents you need. You could get more documents to show, to prove and all of that. That's fine. For example, I went all the way to get a letter of reference from my instructor just to make sure that everything was going fine and all that. Whatever works for you, go for it and you'll be all right. So this is the copy of the form that you need to fill. It's called the application to change conditions, extend my stay, or remain in Canada as a student. Just click on this form, download it, open it on your Adobe application and fill it out. When filling this form, make sure that everything you fill on this form is very, very accurate. Make sure that everything you fill is accurate. And this is because if you make a mistake, it could affect your application. And one common mistake most people make is their home address or their mail address. Make sure you double check that and you're using an address that you have access to. For example, I used a wrong address and I had to wait a long time. And the funny thing about getting a study permit in Canada is if your mailing address is wrong, your study permit is going to get lost in the mail, and then you have to apply for a replacement of immigration document, which is a new process entirely. I made a video on that already. I hope you don't have to watch it, but if it gets to that, you know where to find it. Just go through my channel, look for the video on how to replace study permit. You'll find it there. So fill this form, use the right mailing address, and you'll be okay. For statement of purpose, I'm gonna make this public. I will drop it in the description, and I will also drop it in the comment section of this video. What I did was a bit formal, and you don't have to do this. Just do whatever works for you. Just come to file and make a copy. Don't request for access to this document because I will not give you access. Just make a copy and use it. So I did an introduction. I explained why I wanted to extend my study permit in Canada. After explaining why I want to extend my study permit in Canada, I went on and on and all that. But for these, what I did was I showed the connection between the former course I took and the course I want to take right now, just to show that I basically want to extend my scope, I want to extend my knowledge, and I want to learn to do things differently. Then I talked about how I intend to fund my studies. For your proof of fund, it depends on you basically. I showed quite a lot of money, but you don't have to show as much, especially if you're already in the school, right? If you're already schooling and you're not taking a new course, and the only reason why you're extending your study permit is because your passport is going to expire and IRCC has already vetted your application, you don't have to show as much proof of fund. I have seen people show really little funds and they got approval. But again, it's better to be safe than sorry. I suggest that you show significant amount of money, but it depends on you. But IRCC is a bit flexible with our proof of fund when it comes to study permit extension. Play it safe. Show significant money that proves that you can afford pay your tuition, especially, and your living expense in Canada. You don't have to show the whole money, but just show something that shows that you can afford the tuition and your cost of living. Then I showed how I'm staying connected with my family, our friends, and I'm not just in Canada just to stay and all of that. So the story I told you was connected to my initial application when I applied for my first study permit. So make sure that your story is consistent in every document or in everything you're saying in your study permit extension. I have not seen a case where someone was refused, but I suspect it's very much possible to be refused of a study permit extension. Then I went ahead to talk about conclusion and all of that. I'm going to make this public. Just copy, paste it, make a copy, and you'll be all right. Edit it and submit your application. I have shared this template with a lot of people. They got approval and they just had to fine-tune things to suit their own story. So this is just to give you an head start and to help you out. Let's go to the processing time. Current processing time to apply for a study permit extension as of August 8th, 2024 is 61 days. I recommend you apply 3 months before your current study permit expires. I know people get a study permit approved earlier, some people 2 weeks, some people 3. It's on a case-by-case basis, right? But you want to make sure that you're playing it safe. Apply 3 months before your current study permit expires so that you avoid stories, right? So play it safe. Apply 3 months before. Some people apply 4 months and they get it, and this is the processing time for now, 61 days. And yeah, basically those are the documents you need. Recap it. These are the documents. You could just take screenshots, go over it again. This is the SOP. Make sure you make a copy of it. Then application form. I'm gonna add this to the video description, the comment, and processing time. That's all. I hope you find this video useful. Kindly subscribe to my channel, share this video with anyone you think will find it useful, and bye.